The Great Rat Race Escape Summary, Application, and Takeaways. Let's go. In this book, our man MJ DeMarco makes the point that even if you're in a career where you make a really high salary, there simply aren't enough hours in the day to trade your time for enough money to attain financial freedom. Even if you're clever enough to invest in the stock market, compounding interest takes decades to pay off. And I don't know about you, but I demand financial freedom as soon as possible. So the only alternative is to create a business that generates revenue independently of your time. In other words, you'll be making profits even when you aren't actively working. This is the only way to make enough money to retire at a reasonable age. Now, the harsh reality is that entrepreneurship is incredibly competitive, and like anything worth having, requires hard work, sacrifices, persistence, and an appetite for risk. And even if you have all those characteristics, you're not guaranteed to succeed. If you've stuck around this long and you think this might be for you, you're probably wondering, all right, Josh, well, how do I navigate all this? And my advice is based on my approach. Unless you have some grand Shark Tank idea, stay in school or keep your full-time job, but in your off hours, start to dabble in some side hustles that are related to your interests or something you're really good at. For example, let's say you know a lot about gardening. Maybe on your off day, you go to your neighbors and offer to do some gardening for them for a low wage. Even though at this point, your time isn't independent from your income, maybe down the road you get a big number of clients, someone offers for you to hire their son, next thing you know you have a couple employees, and before you know it, you might have a little gardening empire that can make a nice little passive income for you. Another example, maybe you really like to cook and you happen to be pretty good at it. On your off day, you make some homemade organic meals and bring it in to your coworkers the following week. You give out free samples and they really like it. Later down the line, you decide to charge for them. Then you could hire your brother or somebody to do deliveries for you. Next thing you know, you're starting to make a little money independent of your time. You don't need to come up with the next SpaceX. Entrepreneurship is all about testing out different ideas, like we said last time, casting your line and seeing if you get a catch. So coming full circle, attaining financial freedom through entrepreneurship is totally achievable and doesn't have to be that risky. But the more time and energy that you can invest into developing a business, the faster you can see results. And one thing is for damn sure, which is that even if I don't succeed, I would much rather die knowing that I tried my best than to die with the regret of never having tried at all.